Wasn't Austin fantastic? Wasn't he great? Here's for Austin. He's 16 years old. He is. I've got bras older than that. I do. Okay? And that's what I brought you here to talk about tonight, not Austin. I came here to talk about bras. Who in the hell invented the underwire bra? All right? It had to have been a man. It had to have been a man. All right? Think about it. As soon as you put it on, your boobs look like this. That's it. That's it. You know, had to have been a man. Well, then after you wash them for a couple of times, you know, the wire gets all wrinkled, you know, and nobody can fit into one of those. You know, and then after a while, wires start poking through. And you get underwire injuries. I'm a nurse in a doctor's office. I've helped out with a number of underwire injuries. Stitches, punctured lungs, frostbite, cold. We had this one lady come in, the underwire poked through and completely deflated her fake boob. You know, so now when she puts her bra on, she just looks like this. And we all know what happens to women in the wintertime, right? You know, it's cold here. You know, the girls wake up, don't they? Yeah, thinking about that, that might not be all that bad of an idea for us middle-aged women. It can help prevent something called NPD syndrome. Do anybody know what NPD syndrome is? Nipples pointing down. All right. I'll tell you a story. I went to Menards the other day. I needed a light bulb for a lamp. Have you guys been to Menards lately? They got an entire aisle dedicated to light bulbs. I'm standing in the aisle going, holy shit, there's halogen, and there's fluorescent, and there's flood lamps. There's even this white curly hue CFL WTF type of thing that I have no idea what to do with. You know? They even had a light bulb there with a 26-year life expectancy. I'm not buying a light bulb that's going to outlive me. You know? And if I do, I'm going to put it in my will. Okay? Hey, my kid gets the house. My brother gets the car. My sister wants that light bulb. We'll write that down. I got to thinking about this not too, after that going, this is awful lot like what a man feels like when I send him to the drugstore to buy our feminine hygiene supplies. Standing there's a whole aisle dedicated to this. Hey, there's Maxi, there's Mini, there's Super, there's Regular. What do I do? There's no such. Well, also, I've got a backtrack here. I screwed up. Okay, remember when it was easy? Remember when it was easy? You know, there was a 60-watt, 75-watt light bulb. You know, that's when it was easy. You know, if you were fancy, there was a 3-way light bulb too, but a 3-way means something completely different nowadays, doesn't it? Okay? Okay, so now let's go jump ahead to the man being blown away in the feminine hygiene aisle. At least there's no such thing as a 60-watt tampon or a light bulb with wings. Anyway, all right. All right, did you guys know that I'm a little bit famous? I am. I'm a little bit famous. I'm on YouTube. I am. Last July, my son recorded this, put it up on YouTube. I'm a little famous. He titled it, "Boo, Get Off the Stage!" Not kidding, I can't wait. He's right here. I can't wait to see what he's going to title this one. You should check by morning. It's getting hits, too. It is. I went on there on Monday and checked. There was 80 hits. On Monday, there was 81. Tuesday, 82. You know? It hits. Your kids are riot. How many of you guys have a teenagers? Raise your hand if you have a teenager. I can't see any of you. Okay, of you people that have teenagers, how many of you have wanted to run away more from home now than you ever did as a kid? Right? Okay. I'll tell you a few stories. Junior high, go to conferences. My kid's failing all of his classes. What? I've got a bright kid. Well, he's not turning in any of his homework, the teacher says. I watch him do it every night. He's not turning in any of his homework. This goes on for months and months and months, and I'm going crazy. Finally, I look at him and I yell. I said, I don't even understand why you don't do your homework if you're not going to hand it in. And he goes, well, fine, I ain't doing homework anymore. Wrong answer, bud. Idiot. A couple of years ago, he came home from work, and he and I got into a fight immediately. You know, he started talking to me in a way that I wasn't going to be talked to. You know, and at that point, as he was talking to me, I didn't give a rip what he was saying. I went to my room. You know, he went to his room and slammed the door, and he punched the wall. About an hour or so later, he comes downstairs, and he goes, "Mom, we've got a problem." His hands all swollen, mangled up. And I said, "Au contraire, we don't have a problem at all. You've got a problem, buddy." So next day, he goes to urgent care to get an x-ray, and he comes up to my office. My office is in the same, I work in the same building, so he comes up there to my office, telling me what's going on. But as he comes up to my desk, the doctor I'm working for, standing right next to me, and looks at Riley, and he goes, "Riley, is it broken?" Riley goes, "Yeah." The doctor goes, "You're an idiot," and he walks away. We are caring medical professionals there. Riley got absolutely no sympathy at all from anybody on that thing. Nothing whatsoever. Do you guys know where you can find sympathy, by the way? Anybody? It's in the dictionary. It's right between shit and syphilis. That's where you can find sympathy. That's funny. Anyway. God, you make me laugh. All right. Yo, he came home from school one day, he had a great big old knot on his head, great big old bruise on his head. I asked him what happened. He goes, "Well, you know, Mom, I was walking home from school, and there was this girl in front of me. She had this low-cut shirt on, these tight yoga pants. I walked right into a pole." He goes, "It's not fair. You know, they wear low-cut shirts, tight yoga pants, it says juicy on their butt, and then they yell at us for looking." You got a point. "I was just admiring the font of the word juicy." Testosterone poisoning in males. Young adolescent men with testosterone poisoning. That whole testosterone thing is backwards, by the way. We need it switched around. Okay? Adolescent boys do not need that amount of testosterone at all. You know, it just gets them into trouble, doesn't it? You know? I want it switched around. I want that kind of testosterone to go to a 40 to 80-year-old man. Okay? A 40 to an 80-year-old man's going to know what to do with it, isn't he? With us 40 to 80-year-old women, if you know what I mean. Oh, this getting older stuff is for the birds. It really is. It just doesn't compute to me how I could have this adolescent, playful brain and still be 51 years old. That just doesn't compute. You know, I don't understand how I can have wrinkles and zits at the same time. That's not fair. I also don't understand how I can have a hot flash and PMS at the same time. That's not fair. It's ugly, too. You guys have heard of the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, right? You know, Grumpy and Happy and Doc and all those guys. There are 7 dwarves with PMS, too. You guys want to know what they are? Yeah. Crabby, crampy, weepy, bitchy, hungry, acne, and bloated. The 7 dwarfs with PMS. You know, a couple of my favorite actors are Kevin Costner and Jeff Bridges. You know, they're so handsome. They've been on the cover of Arc magazine recently, too. That makes me feel great. I love the Rolling Stones, but do you guys realize that Mick Jagger is 71 years old, Keith Richards is 70? You know, how can I be lusting after people that are my father's age? That's scary. You know, is anybody as surprised as I am that Keith Richards is still alive? I mean, he's gone through more drugs than CVS and Walgreens combined. You know, he's beat every Deadpool out there, too. You know, I also love Bob Seger. He's 69. His idea of night moves consists of a little blue pill, a sandwich, and a nap. Kiss, remember Kiss? I'm gonna rock and roll all night. I can't sing. And party every day. I'm gonna bend gay my back at night and ice my knees every day. That's what they're gonna do. Plus I got bifocals. Anybody here have bifocals? Yeah, there you go. You want to? I'm gonna show you what's really fun to do with bifocals. Watch this, okay? Watch this. You stare at the floor. head back and forth. The floor starts going up and down like this, and I get this feeling I had in my late teens, and that stuff that I was smoking that wasn't for medicinal purposes at all. I did not have glaucoma. Also, my memory is shot. You know, it has nothing to do with the lost decade of the 80s. That was just a blackout. Ever find yourself walking into a room and all of a sudden you go, I came in here for something. Yeah, so you start walking out, oh yes. Those are called hereafter moments. What am I hereafter? Plus, I got more replaced parts or repaired parts than original ones. How many people here have had joint replacement? Anybody? Oh, thank God. On Wednesday, there wasn't anybody. I had both of my knees replaced in August, both at the same time. There was a buy one, get one free deal going on. You know, they did the right one, the left one came along with it. It's great. They get you up walking the next day, I think. But you're connected up to this little thing called a PCA device, patient-controlled analgesia, and you push this little button, and this wonderful nectar from God comes down and takes away all the pain and every care in the world. It's been 3 months now, and now I deal with stiffness. You know, getting up from a chair is kind of like, oh God, and you start walking like this. That's known as doing the Tin Man. Okay? The Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. Oil can. You know, oh yeah, I can do that one now. And you try and walk. Shit. Oil can. What's fun though is I cannot wait to go through airport security. I'm gonna light that place up. You know, think about that big scanner thing you gotta walk through. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk up to him and go, put your right leg in. Oh, shit, that's my left leg. Put your left leg in. Put your left leg in. Okay, now it's time to go get felt up by a TSA agent. Does that constitute as a date? You know? Come on, baby. Sign the medal. Is it in my knees or in my bra? I really hope he's got a big wand. Thank you for coming out today, you guys. Bye-bye.